Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world and when you are replaying. This is Carolyn Marie with Healing NRG, and today I want to talk about the animals. I got a cute little one that wants to say hi here. This is Skipper. Can you say hi, Skipper? Hi, Skipper. This is my 12-year-old 5-pound Pomeranian, and you got to admit, he's really cute. No matter where we go, people look at him and sometimes think he's a stuffed animal. Others look at him as though he knows them because he reminds them of their childhood teddy bear, and he looks at them like, who are you? So, yeah, we're grateful to have our animals. And I've had he and his brother, Salty, since they were 6 weeks old. And Salty we had up until March, right, buddy? At least in the physical. He's still with us in the spiritual. And that's what I wanted to discuss a little about is the difference between animals and humans, because I believe that more that we understand the differences, the more we not only can help heal ourselves, but keep our animals more healthy. And you see my little healing angel in the background. These animals have been such a blessing because they have no resistance towards energy healing. What I have noted since I first got these little guys when they were 6 weeks old is that they are natural healers. They definitely try to come to us and take on things that are discordant, out of harmony with love within us, even when we don't recognize it. What I mean by that is a lot of times when we are witnessing our animals' behavior and we don't like what we're seeing, we are given an opportunity to reflect inward into ourselves, into our environment, into the people within our home, because these little guys are only reflections of us, guaranteed. Now, while they have received some damage due to humans, which is us, right? Because we take it upon ourselves to breed them down, as in the case of this 5-pound Pomeranian. In his natural state, he wasn't 5 pounds. He was able to survive in the wild. But we have domesticated, and therefore we have degraded their ability to survive on their own, and they are dependent on us. And therefore, there is naturally, and we must be willing to admit this to each other, a codependency with our domesticated animals and with any one or thing that cannot survive without a dependency. That's just the truth we need to really look at. But they have beautiful physical bodies. They have beautiful spirit bodies. We have beautiful physical bodies, and we have beautiful spirit bodies. The one thing that we have that they do not have that makes us unique from all other plants and animals is we have a soul. They do not. They do carry on into the spirit world, and I feel the presence of his little healing angel brother with me all the time. That guy was quite a little Yoda bear, and still is. I miss him in the physical, although I feel him around a lot, and I'm grateful. And yes, he is assisting with the work, probably nudging me to speak about the animals, because there's a lot of confusion. As far as our true core healing, it is emotional. Our soul is emotional. As I mentioned, they don't have a soul, but they do respond to our soul. So the healthier we become, the healthier they become within the limitations of the collective. I know there's a real popular term, the collective consciousness. Well, you know, it's really the collective soul condition which affects planetary movement and healing or moving away from becoming loving. And what we can do is just work within our own constraints of what is discordant within us. And we will affect the animals that are living with us to the degree that we're able, given the collective. Does that make sense? So when we're healing ourselves, we're looking not only at our wounds within our childhood, within our direct family, but we are looking at our wounds within our ancestral lineages, because it's more likely than not our ancestors did not clear their emotional wounds, and therefore, just like the physical DNA that we inherit the emotional DNA. And it's up to us, if we want to progress in our soul condition, to recognize that and heal it. And I always find it quite sad when I hear people calling in the ancestors. Oh, the ancestors, they've got wisdom. Well, the thing is, if you're calling in the ancestors who are in the celestial heavens, if you're calling in the evolved ancestors, then yes. But if you're just calling in the ancestors, you have ancestors that are unhealed, that are still living in the lower spheres of the spirit world, and and that those are not going to be helpers that are going to benefit you. So I wanted to just point that out, that there seems to be this emotional error on the planet that just because someone's passed in the spirit world, all of a sudden they're forgiven of all of their wrongdoings and they have elevated to the high levels, and that is just absolutely not the case. Remember, anything that I say or anything that anyone else says, you take that in and you experiment with it on your own. And that's what I suggest you do. So if you are someone who invites in prayer help from the ancestors or the angels or from God, as I do, I invite you to clear yourself from anything lower than what you want. So your loving creator being the highest, when you pray, I always tap my heart. I'm an energy worker, activating that chakra and asking anything else that is in the way from a divine connection to step aside. So in that divine connection, I invite my angelic brothers and sisters, my spirit guides, and any of my ancestors of the light who are in alignment with divine love and divine truth to assist. And clearly, at that moment, I feel a shift. So anyone who may be believing they're helping me but may be more fear-based will then step out of the way, remembering that I am carrying the DNA emotionally of some of those fears those ancestors have. Reminds me that once I finish my prayer place, they may try to reattach. But this is where I am able to recognize an opportunity to see emotional injuries within me that need to be grieved. And there are many ways to grieve it, but the first thing we must do is recognize we have it. Sometimes people are so blocked that they need to go out with a plastic bat in nature and start getting the anger out and allowing themselves to drop down into the grief and grieve it out. And in that grief, you will learn a lot. You will start to feel, and you will start to wise up to things that were done to yourself and to your ancestors that prior to this experience had been repressed. For some people, you may just make a sad face and get into a cry face and just keep almost like play acting. That's what actors do. They start with that sad face, and then a sad emotion comes over them, and that's how they get into character. And I invite you to do that in a proactive way to heal your soul. And as you heal your soul, your animals will reflect that healing. And so I invite you to experiment. Let me know if you'd like to by placing a comment below this YouTube account, how it goes for you. And until next time, this is Carolyn Marie and Skippy, wishing you a very healthy and happy day. Bye-bye.